Hi guys, so Nick Ferrari had a wonderful opportunity to grill Suella Braverman, the former Home Secretary, about the fact that houses that were built in order to accommodate asylum seekers arriving in the UK had been sold off. It seems the Rwandan government frankly got tired of waiting for the Tories to sort out their mess. Braverman, like most Tories, blamed others for the poor planning of the flagship policy. She also wrongly claimed here in this interview that they had planned to send hundreds of people to Rwanda and had also had deals with airlines in the pipeline. Have a listen to this.
Well, when I went to Rwanda approximately this time last year, I visited some of the housing complexes.
Today, yes.
Is where
Wiza? Is that how I pronounce it?
Yes.
Wiza estate?
Yeah, Wiza.
Yep. Wiza, sorry.
And the construction work was progressing steadily then. I'm disappointed to read that expectations have fallen and that the Rwandans are now selling off some of those properties, because the way the plan should work, and the plan that I put forward to the Prime Minister, was that we need to have a large number of flights going to Rwanda on a regular basis with a large number of passengers on them.
What do you mean a large number of flights and a large number of passengers? Because the Rwandan government said that they would take a maximum of 400. Because they said they couldn't accommodate anymore. And this accommodation now is being sold off. So they're going to be able to accommodate even fewer. Like, this is what the Tories were saying. What we're going to do is we're going to have regular flights, sending people, planes full of passengers, asylum seekers. We're going to send them to Rwanda to be forgotten about. And the Rwandan government said, you can't do this. We're not going to take in thousands of people. Also, we don't have the accommodation. So the British government decided, okay, what we'll do is we'll give you loads of money to build the accommodation, it seems. And then the accommodation lay idle for 2 years. And now they're like, okay, well, are you going to send asylum seekers or not? And the Tories are, well, we don't actually have any way of sending people because, well, we've discovered we didn't actually plan ahead.
You've got an airline that will do those flights?
Well, when I was working, I haven't been working on it now for 6 months, but we had consulted with several airlines and we had partners in the pipeline at the time.
There are no airlines. There is no partners in the pipeline. Notice she doesn't name any names here. Now, of course, if she was pushed to say, well, for legal reasons or for privacy reasons, I can't break any contracts. I can't name any names. But of course, the airlines do not want to be associated with this. It's a toxic policy. It would be terrible for their reputation. They couldn't find any airlines willing to transport asylum seekers to Rwanda. So they had to rely on the RAF. But the RAF don't want to be involved in this either. So it seems that Rishi Sunak and the Tories have no aircraft to send people to Rwanda, and they have fewer and fewer homes available to accommodate asylum seekers.
They were prepared to take these flights.
Yes, they were. They were going to work with us. But what's the point is that I've got a fundamental disagreement with the government on the plan as it stands today. I do believe that we may well get a flight off, a token flight with a low number of passengers on it to Rwanda. That's not deterrence. The only way we generate a deterrent effect to stop people getting on the boats and coming into the UK illegally is regular flights with hundreds of passengers on those flights being sent to Rwanda on a regular basis. I'm afraid the plan as it stands today won't deliver that.
Of course it can't, because as I said, Rwanda said we're going to take a maximum number. There's a cap. They can't take an infinite number of people. And now with accommodation that's been sold off, well, they're going to take even fewer. So just think about it. The Tories spent close to £500 million on this policy. Instead of actually going to Rwanda first, seeing, okay, is it possible to send people there, make an agreement first, and then spend the money. But instead, they did it the other way around. They shoveled a huge amount of money into Rwanda and then said, okay, is it actually legal to send people? This amount of incompetence means they should be kicked out of power as soon as possible. How is it possible that you can shovel a huge amount of money into Rwanda and then have a look at seeing whether it's actually possible and whether it's lawful? It's like Brexit. Let's vote to leave, and then we'll sort it out after. Let's trigger Article 50 without actually having a plan in place. Because then what happens is you realize, oh, damn, we're up, you know what, creek without a paddle. But don't worry, the taxpayer will take the burden. The Tories are not paying for this. Can you imagine if the Conservative Party had to funnel this money into Rwanda, if they actually had to reach into their own pockets? I think they'd be a bit more frugal. They'd be a bit more competent. They'd be a bit more careful with the money. But as long as it's taxpayer money, who gives a damn? And here you have one of the architects of this saying, well, you know, it's not working out because, well, people don't believe in it enough, or because it's not done right, or whatever. And she's a potential leader of the Conservative Party going forward. The incompetence has to be laid at her feet as well, not just Rishi Sunak. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.